This is Radio Romania International. You are listening to our one-hour broadcast in English for listeners in Western Europe and Japan. We can also be heard on the internet at www.rri.ro, Channel 1. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and other social media platforms. Our programs are also available on TuneIn, Radio Romania International 1 and via satellite Eutelsat 16A on 11,512 MHz, vertical polarization, azimuth 16 degrees east. Symbol rate 29,950 megasymbols per second. Standard DVB as 2. Modulation 8 PSK. Audio PID 510. We wish you good reception conditions.
Hello, I'm Cristina Mateescu with the news. First, the headlines. President Klaus Iohannis met Romanian entrepreneurs from the Silicon Valley. 5.1 million people were in employment last year in Romania, while the average net salary income stood at almost 700 euros. And Romania drew 1-1 against Finland on Friday evening in Helsinki in a UEFA Nations League match. Romania's President Klaus Iohannis on Friday met Romanian entrepreneurs working in the Silicon Valley. He spoke about the Educated Romania project, saying that if it doesn't educate and train its youth for the labor market, for education and for research, Romania doesn't stand a chance. To stay at the top of our game, we need to perform better, and to achieve this, we need to be better trained. The continuation of education is integration into the labor market, and it is clear that the purpose of quality education is for each and every Romanian to find the right job for them and to be successful in their work, said Iohannis. Earlier, he met members of the Romanian community on the west coast of the United States, telling them that Romania is in a complicated situation because of the war in Ukraine, but that it is doing well and its economy is growing. Iohannis said the Romanians living in the US, whose number is estimated at 450,000, are an important bridge between the two countries. The Romanian community in the US is the fifth largest community of Romanians living abroad, after that in Italy, Spain, the UK and Germany. Last Tuesday and Wednesday, Iohannis led Romania's delegation at the UN General Assembly. Romania last year had 5.1 million employees, and the net average salary income was almost 700 euros, up 6.2% compared with 2020, according to the latest figures published by the National Institute for Statistics. Compared with the national average, the highest salary rises were in communications, insurances, public administration, and the production of electrical and thermal power. The earnings of the employees in the hospitality industry, real estate, agriculture, trade, and the arts and culture were below the average. The inhabitants of the bigger cities continue to have the highest salaries. Romania's Foreign Minister Bogdan Aurescu on Friday had talks with his counterpart from Chile, Antonia Urejola Noguera, on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. Aurescu stated Romania's openness for boosting bilateral cooperation in areas such as the management of emergency situations, education, science and research, and cultural and academic exchanges. Also on Friday, Aurescu attended the opening of a photographic exhibition at the Romanian Cultural Institute in New York, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Romania's strategic partnership with the United States and presenting the evolution of the partnership over the years. The minister emphasized the importance of this partnership for Romania's democratic and Euro-Atlantic journey and for its security. He also mentioned a number of joint projects in the field of civilian nuclear energy, a recent development that helps consolidate strategic cooperation between Bucharest and Washington. As part of his trip to South Korea, Romanian Defense Minister Vasile Dâncu on Friday had talks with Eom Dong-kwon, the head of South Korea's State Arms Procurement Agency, and with Lee Hun-seung, the head of the Committee for National Defense. The talks highlighted the mutual interest in developing cooperation in the field of defense industry between the two countries. The Romanian official invited South Korean defense companies to take part in future tenders on the provision of equipment for the Romanian army. Given the use of NATO standards by South Korea's defense industry and its previous experience with similar programs in other NATO states. 4 Russian-occupied regions in southern and eastern Ukraine are holding self-styled referendums to join Russia. By annexing these regions, Russia may be able to claim that its territory is attacked with the Western weapons supplied to Ukraine. The United Nations warned that seizure of territory by use of force is violation of international law. According to reports from the ground, armed soldiers go door to door collecting votes for the poll, including verbal answers. Russia says it uses this system for security reasons, but the presence of armed men contradicts its insistence that the process is free and fair. Russian forces have conducted extensive shelling of the neighboring regions, especially in the south, in Mykolaiv and Odessa, according to Radio Romania's Ukraine correspondent. Romania drew 1-1 against Finland in Helsinki on Friday evening in Group 3 of the Nations League B. Romania are bottom of the group and face demotion to the 3rd division. In the other group fixture, Bosnia and Herzegovina defeated Montenegro 1-0 and promoted to the 1st division. The final group matches are taking place on the 26th of September, Romania versus Bosnia and Herzegovina and Montenegro versus Finland. And that was the news.